Summertime is a busy time and we're looking for quick, easy recipes. I've got you with 5 super simple appetizer recipes in this video, and not only that, they won't heat up your kitchen so you can stay cool this summer, and they are crowd favorites. I have made these for parties recently and they disappeared in minutes, and they were the favorites. So I'm sharing them with you so you could be a hit at your next event. All right, let's get started.
This first appetizer is such a hit. It is so vibrant, so fresh. It just draws everybody in and they loved it. It is my bruschetta dip. Now I start with 1 package of garlic and herb Alouette cheese, and I'm going to stretch it out with some spreadable cream cheese. Now if you don't have the Alouette cheese, you can just use 2 containers of garlic and herb cream cheese. I'll mix that all together and then I'll smooth it on my platter in one even layer. Now, bruschetta is something I made many years ago. It was one of the very first appetizers I used to bring to parties, but I used to make it where I served it with the baguette that I made and toasted and had the nice garlic olive oil on top. But it was labor intensive, and this is so much easier. You just spread out the cheese, you chop your tomatoes. These are grape tomatoes. I just chop them up and then you sprinkle them on the cheese, and then you just add your fresh basil. This is basil out of our garden. You do want to make sure it's fresh, and I just roll up the leaves as I stack them, and now I'm going to chop them or slice them in thin ribbons. This is called chiffonade ribbons, and this is going to be the perfect, beautiful, and fragrant and tasty item to add on top of this. It is going to add the beautiful color contrast. And then on top of that, I'm going to add just a little bit of olive oil, sprinkle that on top. And then I'm also going to add the final touch, which is the key here, is this balsamic glaze. And that is really going to add that punch of tartness and sweetness. Now, if you don't have the balsamic glaze, you can make your own with balsamic vinegar, 1 cup over the stove, heat it and let it simmer, and it will reduce by half, and you will end up with a glaze. But I have this easy bottle, and I will probably add more at the party so it looks great. I pair it with Parmesan garlic and herb pita chips, perfect accompaniment to this, and it was a crowd favorite. As soon as I put it on the table, they were digging in. This next appetizer is super popular, but what I'm showing about it is the versatility. This is whipped goat cheese dip. Now, what makes it special is the nuts and the honey, but we're going to use pecans. You could use pistachios, you could use roasted almonds, whatever you do, just make sure you coarsely chop it so it's in little bits. What I had was a little bit bigger, so I just broke those up with my manual food processor. Now I'm going to put it in a baking pan, and I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil on there, and I'm just going to put it in my air fryer in the roast setting. I'm going to add my 2 packages of goat cheese. These are 4 ounces each. I'm going to add them directly into my little processor here, and then I'm also going to add to that 1 ounce of cream cheese. I love my electric mix and chop from Pampered Chef, and it was actually my best friend who inspired me to get this. She said it's fabulous, and it is. It's perfect for these kinds of dips. It makes it so nice and smooth, and on the top it has a little dispenser for your olive oils, so I just let that stream in just to give it a nice, more rich flavor and thickening. And I'm now adding fresh herbs. This is fresh thyme. Once again, you can use different herbs if you like, if you want to use rosemary or different things to give it another variation, but I just use the thyme, and then I'm going to smooth all this out into my shallow bowl here, and I'm going to make an indention, a swirl, and that's where our hot honey is going to come in. I have this little bitty jar of Mike's hot honey. Any hot honey will do, or you can make your own, and I'm just going to spread that all around the goat cheese. I'll add more of my fresh thyme for garnish and flavor, and then I'm also going to add, don't forget, those roasted pecans. I'm going to sprinkle those on top, and they smell so good, and they're going to go fabulous with this. They add a nice perfect crunch. Now, I brought this to our soup group, actually now salad group. It is 4 of us ladies who get together every month, and we make our own salad soups or appetizer and bring it together to share. And here was our salad night and all these amazing salads. And I just wanted to bring an appetizer to share as well, and they loved it. I paired it with crackers. It was so good.
We're now going to make the most popular dip on TikTok. That is the boat dip, and it's probably because it's so easy. It's 1 container of sour cream, so 16 ounces. 1 can of Rotel. I'm using the mild with the green chilies. Drained it a little bit. 1 packet of taco seasoning. I'm using the Mexican seasoning from Kinder's, the taco blend. So I'll use that. I'm gonna start with half, taste it, and then make sure. And then 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. And that is all there is to it. 4 ingredients for this delicious dip. And actually, surprisingly, it doesn't contain cream cheese, which is nice to have something creamy and not have cream cheese, because a lot of recipes, a lot of appetizers have cream cheese. So it's nice to have a break with this one using sour cream and those seasonings and the cheddar cheese.
I'll transfer this to my serving dish and keep it in the fridge until ready to serve. And this is such a great dip to make ahead and throw in your cooler and head to the lake or the pool. And the best thing to serve it with is corn Frito scoops. They are the perfect vessel to hold the creamy dip and get the perfect bite.
We're now going to make our Nashville Hot Chicken Dip. Calls for 3 blocks of cream cheese. To our 3 blocks of cream cheese, we're gonna add 3/4 cup of buttermilk. And now we're gonna put this in the microwave and cook it for 1 minute, and then I'll stir it up and cook it again. All right, 1 minute being in the microwave, we're gonna stir this all together.
After giving it a good stir, I'm going to put it back into the microwave for another minute, stir it again, and then microwave again for another final 30 seconds. So a total of 2.5 minutes. Mixing in between. Now we're going to get out our hand mixer and we're going to whip the mixture until smooth and creamy.
We're going to add our other ingredients now. We're going to add a 1.5 tablespoons of honey. We're going to do a teaspoon of cayenne, not too much. We're going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon, maybe a little more, of garlic powder.
We'll give that a quick mix again for all those ingredients to be incorporated.
We're gonna make our sauce that's gonna be drizzled on the top of our dip at the end. So let's go ahead and add our honey, which is gonna be 1 1/4 tablespoons of honey. And then hot sauce. You could use Texas Pete's or hot sauce. I had this cayenne hot sauce, and so we're just gonna add a little bit. Okay, about 1 teaspoon of that. And then here is our garlic powder. We'll just add a pinch of that. We're gonna mix that all together. We're gonna need to double this, I can tell already. Let's add more.
I went ahead and added all the ingredients again with the same measurement so I could have double the amount of honey mixture, and it's gonna be perfect.
For our Nashville chicken dip, we're getting these chicken breast tenders. I'm just gonna air fry them so they're nice and crispy.
Out of the air fryer after about 10 to 12 minutes, and now I'm just cutting them into little pieces, and this is going to be added to our dip. Now, Nashville hot chicken is usually a breaded meal as a sandwich, but that is what I love about dips, is you can turn anything into a dip, and so that's exactly what we're doing. So we're gonna add all those pieces of chicken, now drizzling that hot honey on top, and now I'm adding these little pickle slices. These are homemade pickles, but any dill pickle is gonna be great. Just chop those up, put those on in the middle, and then go ahead and garnish with some green onions. This turned out so good. It was spicy and tangy and creamy and perfect. For this next appetizer, I'm going to be using my trifle dish. Now you will see my trifle dish obsession throughout my videos because nothing beats the presentation. And I have found anything I put in there quickly disappears. So we're going to be making a 7-layer dip. Now I know it's not original, but it's easy and that's what we're going for. And it can be served at any summer party. I'm actually going to start with my sour cream layer because it needs time to meld all the flavors together. So it's 1 container, 16 ounces of sour cream, and I'm going to add 1 packet of taco seasoning. I'll stir that together, get that mixed, and put it in the fridge so all those flavors can get combined. My first layer is going to be refried beans. Now what I did was take all the beans out of the can and I just mixed it with a little water to get a more smoothable and spreadable consistency. My next layer is going to be guacamole. Now you can just get the store-bought kind. I would go for a little chunkier variety, but for me, I am known for my guacamole. Every time I make it, everybody raves about it, so I'm going to go with homemade. The key to my guacamole is fine, fresh, and finish. Chop everything finely, only use fresh ingredients, and finish with some lime juice. Now I use cilantro, a little bit of tomato, just enough to give it color and a little texture. I use red onion over white, add garlic, salt, that fresh lime, and of course your avocados. I use my mix and chop to get the perfect consistency, which is mostly chunky but a little bit smooth. There's a fine balance there. But making homemade guacamole does take time, so if you want to save this step, the store-bought version will do just fine. Add that layer next in your layered dip, and then we're going to add our sour cream layer on top of that. For our next layer, I'm adding salsa. This is a mild version in the jar. Now you do want to be sure you strain out any liquid, otherwise it will make your dip very runny and very liquidy. So I am pressing all those juices out of that salsa, and then I'm just going to add it on top of the sour cream. Again, any style of salsa will do. I use the restaurant salsa. I think it's a little chunkier, but anything's going to work, heat level as well. Next layer is our cheese. I'm using this shredded Mexican style cheese. It's a combination of all different cheeses, and I'm just going to put a nice even layer around. And once again, any style cheese you like, cheddar cheese or Colby Jack or anything, or even if you want some pepper jack cheese, give it another little kick if you want. Our sixth layer is chopped lettuce. I just used some fresh iceberg lettuce that I've washed and cut and chopped. I'm just adding that as a layer for color and texture. It gives a nice cool crunch. Now for the last and seventh layer, I would normally use black olives, but my son does not like those, so I'm just topping it off with some green onions and some little pieces of tomato for a nice pop of color. And that is it. That's your 7-layer dip. Serve it up with some tortilla chips and you will be the hit of the party. If you don't want to have a glass dish for this dip, they sell small plastic ones at the Dollar Tree, which I used for my pita chips in the first recipe. You can make this dip in 2 smaller versions if you wanted, if you were going to be on a boat or at the pool. Thank you so much. I hope you found something to try. Let me know in the comments where you enjoy your summer appetizers the most. Is it the pool, the park, the lake, a boat? I'd love to know. Be sure to like and subscribe. It lets me know you want to see more videos like this one. Thank you again. I'll see you soon.